when you are letting your children in the kindergarten school, you need to check with your school staffs related to the entire curriculum. And also you have to be very conscious about your child's health, and you are very much conscious about your child's health. That is quite obvious, but in, are you following it? I mean, are you really interested to check with your school, I mean, your child's school related to the physical education? Because it differs from school to school. If they are doing their physical training, they require more energy. And you have to check with your child what happened today. You have to check with your child regularly. It's not just about related to the textbooks or the homework or something related to exam. They will do it. After all, they are very young and you are teaching your children and they will do their work. But you need to talk to your children and you need to check with your children related to many things. What happened in your school? It's not about, you don't have to force your child to talk about something. You just let your children to talk freely. What happened? Hey, what happened in your school? So, what did you do? Did you, did you pursue any sort of sport today? So, what's your interest? And you are going to buy some, toys for your kids, inclusive of, some sort of sports related equipment or accessories. You're going to buy the ball or that whether it is football or the basketball or the related to cricket, it's all very common. But this is quite different. Physical training is required every day because that's how he is going to teach. Your son or your daughter is going to teach themselves, like how they are training themselves, how they are how they are learning things, like they are reading so many books and they are very much the amount of knowledge is, you are not going to feed your child within a day. The amount of knowledge is that at that time of period it's not going to be very broad. They are gaining it. So that's how the body also is getting educated. The brain is not only learning the language, not only learning the maths or science, it's also learning something like, you are training your child, okay, do this exercise or do this, go for running or jogging. It's all, they are going to play with other kids. So 30 years ago, no parent was, stopping their kids to play with other kids. But nowadays, they are, our lives itself, getting congested. No place to play, no place to, run around. There were trees. We used to play, and used to sit on the boulders, and you know, we enjoyed the swinging, and everything happened. But the time is also limited because of the subjects, or maybe they are interested to learn so many things at once, and so the time itself is getting limited, and space constraint is there. They don't have place to play. That's the very saddest part. I'm having the, I'm from the semi-urban. It's not a rural, it's the town. So we had the very big garden, and we were running around the trees. That was really a fun. But nowadays we are, putting our children, we ourselves living in the apartment, in the cubes, small cubes, and the play area for the kids, that is also quite small. So where do they go and play? That is the thing. So you need to check with the school whether the school is having the place to play, do the physical training, and do they have proper equipments, and do they have the proper curriculum, and how they are encouraging your child to pursue any sport, and how are you going to identify the interest. That is not very tough, because you're watching your child and you're happy to see your child to grow and do something that's going to give the credit not only to your child, as well as a parent, you're going to be delighted. So you are not going to miss anything. You are going to teach your children, you are going to provide all the good things. At first, you are providing the good education. So, a good education is not going to provide only the knowledge. Of course, the knowledge is going to train your brain to learn new things, as well as it's going to train your children's brain to learn how to be active, how to remain active, how to maintain the balance, because that is coming out of the strength, energy from the body, as well as coming out of the regular training. So that has to be happened at the very young age. If it is not, then it's quite tough. I would like to talk about many things. I have seen many videos. I would like to share my experience. So if you're just going to tell your child to, okay, do this. If you are going to if at all, if you are going to force your child to do something, your child is not, sometimes that the child's mentality is like this. Okay, no, I'm not going to do that, I will do this. So I did that as well, like, okay, you should go and study. Okay, no, I am going to draw something. I will just spend my time on reading books, comics, or drawing something. So are you going to force your children, or are you going to teach your children? That's the first thing. So if you force your children, they are not going to listen to you. day by day, they are growing up, as well as, sometimes they have the attitude like, oh no, are you telling me this? No, I'm not going to do that. I will do my stuff. So you must, then when you force your child again and again, sometimes they develop this sort of mindset. No, I'm not going to do that. This is what I want to do. They really don't know whether it is good or not, but they will develop this sort of mindset. The toggling mindset will be there. So you must know one thing, whether you are going to teach your children or you are going to force your children to do something. Okay, and also you have to be very careful about many things. If you allow the children to run on the road, if it is very rough or sometimes quite hard, sometimes they may break their legs. And do you know why? I'll tell you why. When you're putting the ball, it's bouncing up. When you're putting the ball on the floor, it bounces. But when you're putting the ball on the grass, it's not. It's that I have seen that phenomenon in some video, but I would like to talk about my experience. See, the body is having its own weight. What will happen when you are trying to run on the tar road, very hard road? You need to gain the momentum to take the next step. Your body, it's going to propel yourself against the gravity. Then again, you need to put another step. And that's going to give a lot of vibrations that will disturb the bones. But if they are quite young, it's not going to happen. But as of my knowledge, where can we find grass nowadays? So that's not quite practical, but you have to be careful about many things. The body exerts a lot of energy and it requires a lot of strength and stamina to take steps. But the point here is that it's if you're going to develop that particular mindset at a very young age, they are going to learn everything on their own. And the body itself is going to educate your brain. So that's how it's happening. It's all about the training, and the training has to be given at a very young age. And the training is not only for the child to learn something from the textbooks, that is also for your children's body. It has to be active, and your child's brain is going to learn that as well. If you are allowing your children to play or to do some sort of exercise every day, as a child it's quite common, they tend to play and they are not interested to sit at one place to read something. That itself, and that's not related to child's character. That's related to the common mentality of each and every creature on this earth. Please make a note. That's not your child's problem, or that's not related to your child's attitude. That's the common attitude of the whole creatures on this earth, because it's growing up, it's tend to move. tend to move from one place to another place. So that is happening when they are very young. You are watching your child to grow up from the toddler to when they are taking the first step. You are very much happy and I mean that's common, but still, when you are going to watch your child's first step, that is the happiest moment in your life. But when he is trying to play, when your child is trying to play, you're not happy. You're going to lock your child in the room and tell your child to go first. I mean, study. So, what is this? Is that not ironic? That's creating a big contradiction. That is not, when the child is ready to play or if they are interested to play, that's not related to some problem. But the time what they are, the amount of time spending for the sports or, for the play, that has to be monitored. But it's not like you're not allowing your child to play, but you're only interested to tell your child to study. I think I'm repeating it. So the body itself is, gaining strength and doing, learning things. The body is learning. The brain is learning the language. The brain is learning the body language also. It's not about the mannerism, the normal body language. The body itself is learning. So when the time is around 4:30, they will go out and play. So you have to be very conscious about what they are doing. And it's not good to put your son or your daughter at one place and ask them to do something. At first the space constraint is there, so you must check with your school regarding the space.